the Viking longship cut through the waves. Leif Erikson, a fearless explorer, scanned the horizon. He had heard stories of a new land, a land west of Greenland. He was determined to find it. After weeks at sea, land appeared. The Vikings had reached Vinland. The Vikings explored the coast, searching for a good place to make camp. The forests were thick with strange trees. The air felt different here, filled with the sounds of unfamiliar birds. One night, as the Vikings sat around a fire, a brilliant light streaked across the sky. It was huge and moved faster than anything they had ever seen. The light crashed down. In the distance, the earth shook, and a low rumble echoed through the forest. Some Vikings were afraid, but Leif was not. He knew this was something important. He gathered his bravest warriors and set off into the forest. They followed the trail of the fallen light. What they found would change their world forever. The Vikings walked for hours. Finally, they arrived at the crash site. The forest was flattened around a large crater, and in the center of the crater lay the source of the light, a giant metal star. It glowed with an inner light, pulsing slowly. Leif had never seen anything like it. It wasn't made of wood or stone. It was smooth and cold like ice, but harder than any metal he had ever touched. Strange symbols were etched onto its surface. The Vikings were both afraid and intensely curious. They had never seen anything like it. Leif, always the leader, reached out and touched the star. As he did, a section of the star slid open, revealing a bright light within. The Vikings gasped. What secrets did this strange object hold? Leif knew they had to learn more. He ordered his men to set up camp. They would study this fallen star. The Vikings spent days studying the metal star. They made drawings of the strange symbols and tried to understand their meaning. Finally, Leif decided to enter the star. He took his bravest warriors with him. Inside, they found a chamber filled with glowing lights and strange objects. There were tubes filled with swirling liquids, spheres that hummed with energy, and panels covered in more of the strange symbols. It was like nothing they had ever seen before. Leif knew this was powerful magic, unlike anything on Earth. One object in particular caught Leif's eye. It was a small, handheld device that glowed with an intense blue light. When he picked it up, he felt a surge of power flow through him. The device seemed to fit perfectly in his hand, as if it was made for him. He examined it closely, trying to understand its secrets. Leif knew that this device and the fallen star itself could give his people a great advantage. He would use this power to protect his people and conquer new lands. Word of the Vikings' discovery spread throughout the land. People whispered of a metal star that fell from the sky, of powerful weapons that could summon lightning. They said that Leif and his warriors had been touched by the gods. Leif, armed with the knowledge and technology from within the star, ordered his blacksmiths to create weapons and tools unlike any seen before. Using the strange metals from the star, they forged axes that could cleave through trees in a single blow, and spears that crackled with unknown energy. And Leif himself carried the blue device, which pulsed with power in his hand. When Leif returned to his people, he showed them the power of the star. He raised his hand, and the blue device unleashed a bolt of lightning that shook the heavens. The Vikings watched in awe and terror. They believed that Leif had become a god, wielding the power of the storm. From that day forward, Leif and his warriors were feared and respected throughout the land. The stories of their exploits spread far and wide, embellished with each retelling. Some dismissed the tales as myths and legends, but could there be some truth to the legends of the Vikings' encounter with the gods? Could the Vikings' discovery of advanced technology from a fallen star be the true origin of these stories? The mystery of the Vinland star remains unsolved to this day. But one thing is certain, the Vikings who explored the New World encountered something extraordinary, something that would shape their destiny and fuel the fires of their legends for centuries to come.